Okay, there is our couscous. Now, couscous is a lot of people consider it a grain, but it's not a grain. It's actually tiny, tiny little particles of pasta. Okay, made from durum wheat, and it is really easy and really delicious. And we're going to do a shrimp and vegetable couscous here. And step one, I want you to take a pound of shrimp. These were shell on. I defrosted them. Now, very important to get the shell on. I want you to peel the shells off the shrimp. Reserve those for later. And we're going to make a quick little shrimp stock with our shells. All right. Now, couscous works with any hot liquid, but what's going to be really nice about this is we're going to make our own stock. And you're going to see how easy this is. Just put a little chunk of butter with our shrimp shells, and I want you to saute those in the butter for about 3 or 4 minutes, and you are going to smell the most amazing roasted shrimp, beautiful aroma coming out of there. All right. So they turn nice and pink. See that? And that brings out all the beautiful oils in the shell and all the flavor. And we're going to add 2 1/4 cups of water. Now we need 2 cups of shrimp stock at the end of this procedure. So I'm going to put in 2 cups plus a little splash here, because as we simmer this on the back of the stove, a little bit will evaporate. Okay, so bring that to a simmer, put it on the back burner on low, and just let it sit. And in the 20 minutes it takes to put the rest of this dish together, that's going to be perfectly cooked. All right, there's our couscous. All right, see? Very nice. All right, we're going to put some nice fresh herb here. Dill and tarragon, great with shrimp. I got a 1/2 cup of diced tomato, or they're going to be diced. That's San Marzano. I had some cherry tomatoes left over, so I'm going to use them. Get yourself a nice eggplant. And I'm using 2 green zucchini. And what the heck, I'm going to go with 4 cloves of garlic. And of course, you adjust these things to your liking. In a nice stainless steel bowl, okay, something that's going to hold the heat, I am going to put 2 cups of our couscous. Hey, you can almost see me in the spoon. All right, so the couscous has been measured out, 2 cups. I did not film dicing vegetables because it's boring. All right, so you cube up your zucchini and your eggplant. Add your salt and pepper to taste. You know, a good amount of salt. And I'm going to saute these in about a 1/3 cup of olive oil, which sounds like a lot, but it's not, because that olive oil is going to be important later. I'm going to explain. So I cooked that for about 6 or 7 minutes. I want the eggplant nice and soft. All right, and I want the zucchini nice and tender. And I'm going to make a little kind of space in the middle here. I'm going to add my 1/2 cup of diced tomato, and I want to actually caramelize a little bit the sugars in the diced tomato in the middle of the pan here. So it's a little trick. Instead of dirtying another pan, we'll do it right here. See, if I just mixed it all together, it wouldn't caramelize as well. So give it about 3 or 4 minutes in the center of the pan. And the sugars, again, in the tomato will actually roast a little bit and give it a nice roasted tomato flavor. That's a good spot to add our 4 cloves of minced garlic. I use a press. And then give it all a swirl together and just cook that garlic for about a minute. And then that is done. Just put that off to the side. All right, that's going to stay hot, don't worry, because the only thing we have left to do here is cook our shrimp, and we're going to put this whole thing together. All right. So I wiped out the pan. I added another splash of olive oil. Now that pan is hot. See the steam? All right. These are literally only going to go a minute on each side, because these are going to continue to cook when we add all these hot veggies and the hot shrimp stock to the couscous. So I just want you almost as fast as you can turn them. All right. They're going to have some nice orange rust color on them. See, visual? Okay. So that was literally a minute on each side. Those are going to cook in the couscous. Don't worry. And now we're going to put everything together. I have my 2 cups of raw couscous. I'm going to add my nice hot shrimp. I'm going to add my nice hot vegetable mixture. I'm going to add my chopped herbs. I'm going to add my cherry tomatoes, and you can throw in any other thing you want to get rid of. All right, toss it in here. Now that olive oil that was in the vegetables and the shrimp, that's going to coat all those little particles of couscous, and that's an important factor here. So give that all a good toss. Now I did spice my or salt and pepper my veggies pretty well, but I'm going to give it another little spike here with the cayenne pepper, just because I always do. All right, and just, I don't know, I felt like it needed just a little more salt, so I put in another pinch of salt. But that's always up to you. Now, before you add your shrimp stock, which again is simmering on the back of the stove, you're going to just scrape down the sides of your bowl with a spatula, and I want you to pat this so it's all nice and even. Now, don't pack it too hard, but I just want you to make it all nice and even and flat. Now, here's another important tip. Have your piece of foil ready, because as soon as you pour that boiling stock over this couscous, you have to cover it. So there's our 2 cups of very hot, right off the simmer, I strain that right in. And again, it's amazing how flavorful that gets just with a little bit of shrimp shell and 20 minutes simmering on the back of the stove. Now put your foil on right away. All right, I want that steam to escape. Nice and tight, and you just let it sit for 5 minutes. That's it. Couscous is like a magic food. All right. 5 minutes later, I unwrap it, and I'm ready to toss it and serve it. And this is not any trick photography, okay? That's all there is to it. Now, because the olive oil coated all those little grains of pasta, it's all nice and fluffy and separate, and it's just such a great dish. I mean, I really, really love couscous, and so versatile. You don't like shrimp, put in chicken. You don't like chicken, put in sausage. You don't like a zucchini, put some other vegetable. Really, really versatile. You do anything you want with it. Hey, and by the way, the next day for leftovers, you make a cold shrimp and tabbouleh salad, throw in a handful of parsley, a little more lemon and olive oil. Fantastic. Okay, so I really want you to give this a try. It's almost foolproof. Again, it's equal parts couscous and any hot liquid. Wrap it up for 5 minutes, and you have a delicious North African dinner. And enjoy.